Replace a driveway or pour a massive backyard patio, and you are looking at one of the largest single capital investments you will make in your property. Yet, year after year, property owners actively sabotage their own investments before the first cement truck even arrives. Look at these two $10,000 driveways side by side. One remains structurally sound, while the other is heavily fractured and breaking apart at the surface. The contractor, the materials, and the final price were exactly the same for both. The only variable that changed was the month the concrete was poured. When you live in a climate defined by freezing and thawing, scheduling isn't a logistical detail. The calendar directly determines the structural integrity of your slab. The standard advice in home improvement is to wait for the intense summer heat to break before booking heavy outdoor labor. Early autumn offers comfortable temperatures, less humidity, and it feels like a highly convenient time to manage a messy project. But concrete chemistry in a freeze-thaw environment does not care about our comfort. That crisp autumn air creates a severe risk for coastal Midwest areas, especially along the microclimates of Kenosha and the Lake Michigan shore. Finding a safe pouring window here requires mapping out our specific local weather patterns alongside regional supply chains. Applying a generic national home improvement timeline to a Midwest property takes a safe financial choice and turns it into a massive chemical liability. Fresh concrete requires a strict temperature band between 50 and 85 degrees to cure. Pushing into late October risks a cold snap. Below 50 degrees, the chemical reaction slows, stalling the structural cure strength near 60% right before the first winter freeze. When a weak, uncured slab takes on freezing water, the ice expands. The surface scales off, cracks, and spalls into jagged pieces. This damage will manifest over its very first winter, destroying the value of your investment immediately. Choosing a fall pour means trading scheduling convenience for guaranteed structural failure. This map of the Kenosha coastline illustrates the major environmental constraint we face, the lake effect. The deep water keeps the air artificially cool throughout spring and stretches heavy humidity late into the year. Because of that lingering moisture and early chill, our reliable pouring window abruptly cuts off much earlier in autumn than it does for inland cities. This condenses our absolute safest timeframe down to a tight window between late May and September. Failing to account for this lake effect guarantees weather delays, pushing an unfinished project straight into the winter danger zone. Even if the ideal summer weather holds, the local regional supply chain creates its own unique set of hazards. Throughout summer, heavy municipal roadwork and utility projects dominate areas like the Sheridan Road Corridor. These massive municipal contracts drain local labor pools and eat up daily ready-mix concrete supplies. Many homeowners see this construction and adopt a flawed strategy, waiting until the roadwork winds down in the fall before even requesting a quote. This queue visualization shows what happens next. Procrastinating homeowners enter the market simultaneously, creating a massive backlog. This fall queue triggers 3 penalties. Lead times stretch by weeks, you pay premium demand pricing, and crews actively rush to beat incoming frost. The smarter strategy is locking in a mid-summer booking. You secure your dates while crews are highly active, but the residential queue is entirely empty. Avoiding the friction of summer construction ensures you will pay a premium to compete with every other delayed project in the county. So, how do you time your specific project? If you need a large-scale pour, like a full driveway replacement or a massive backyard patio, you need to act immediately. You are accepting active construction disruptions during your prime summer months in exchange for the maximum possible lifespan of the concrete. However, if you only need minor patches or repairs to fix winter damage, you should ignore the summer rush entirely. It is more logical to wait until the spring for minor repairs. That allows the full extent of the freeze-thaw damage to reveal itself before you pay a crew for patching. Aligning the physical scale of your project with the correct seasonal window is the most effective way to protect your investment. If you are ready to lock in a midsummer pour, this proactive pour checklist covers the exact data you need to gather. First, measure the rough square footage of your space and document any obvious grading or drainage issues on the property. Next, decide on your preferred finish and verify that heavy equipment and mix trucks can physically access the site. Arriving at a contractor with this exact data bypasses all the initial friction, allowing them to generate an immediate, honest timeline and budget. In a freeze-thaw climate, you're always racing the first frost. Acting on this checklist midsummer eliminates delays, pushing you into the fall concrete trap.